Have you ever felt trapped by your emotions, overwhelmed by attachment to someone or something, like there's no way out? You're not alone. Many people struggle to break free from these emotional chains, feeling powerless and stuck. But here's the good news. Change is possible and within reach. In this video, inspired by the timeless wisdom of ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, you'll discover 11 powerful Stoic principles that can help you gain emotional distance from others. Why is emotional distancing so important? As Seneca wisely said, "He who is brave is free." Emotional distancing doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It's about finding strength and clarity within yourself. By applying these principles in your daily life, you'll find practical and healthy ways to loosen the grip of emotional attachment, regain your peace of mind, and focus on what truly matters. Are you ready to break free from the chains of emotional attachment and embrace a new approach to life? If so, this video is for you. We'll guide you through 11 Stoic rules that will transform how you approach emotional distancing. Have you ever felt like someone else was controlling your emotions? Have you ever thought about how much control you've given to others because of your attachments? This is the power of distancing, the ability to live so that your happiness doesn't depend on external factors. As Epictetus said, we suffer not from events in our lives, but from our judgments about them. Distancing is about reclaiming control over how you respond to what happens. When we cling too tightly to people or situations, they start to control us. It's like giving someone else the remote control to your feelings and letting them change the channels as they please. Their influence can dictate your joy, sadness, and even push you towards irreversible decisions. Distancing is like choosing which channels to watch. Imagine your emotions are like a kite, and each string tied to someone or something represents a potential direction where your emotions can be pulled. If you hold on to too many strings or grip one too tightly, you'll be at the mercy of the wind. Stoicism teaches us how to choose which strings to hold on to. This approach doesn't make you cold or indifferent. It makes you grounded and resilient. Let's get practical. Start by identifying the people or things you're overly attached to. Then ask yourself why. Is it a need for validation, a fear of loneliness, or something else? Understanding the root of your attachment is the first step to loosening its grip. Now, focus on activities that bring you a sense of purpose and satisfaction. By concentrating on what you can control and letting go of what you can't, you'll start relying on your own strengths and values. Embracing distancing allows you to see the world differently. You'll realize your worth isn't tied to external circumstances but is internal and unshakable. This awareness gives you clarity and confidence as you break free from the mental chains of attachment. Remember, as Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Practicing distancing doesn't mean withdrawing from life, but engaging in it more fully with a clear mind and a calm heart. Rule number 2 is understanding attachment. Have you ever wondered why we cling so tightly to certain people or situations, even if they bring us pain? Understanding the roots of attachment is a key step towards emotional freedom. Let's delve deeper into this concept with the wisdom of the Stoic philosophers. Attachment is fundamentally rooted in our ego. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized the importance of having few desires. This wisdom highlights the essence of attachment, our desires and perceived needs. When we're attached to something or someone, we often act from our ego, seeking validation, security, or a sense of identity from external sources. Think of it like cluttering your mind with people, objects, or ideals that cloud your judgment and distract you from your true self, which is content and self-sufficient. Have you ever felt that your happiness depends on someone else's approval or presence? This is a clear sign of attachment. To start freeing yourself from these attachments, you must first recognize them for what they are, products of your ego seeking security and affirmation. Ask yourself, why am I so attached to this person or outcome? What fear or desire drives this attachment? Understanding the root of your attachment is the first step to loosening its hold. Now, imagine living guided by love instead of ego. What if you could trust in the abundance of the universe, believing that what is meant for you will find its way? This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful. It's about recognizing your inner value and potential that are independent of external factors. When you start viewing your desires and connections through this lens, you begin to see the unnecessary burdens they bring into your life. Embracing the concept of abundance is key. When you let go of the fear of loss, the universe often rewards you with more than what you released. Rule number 3, the illusion of control. Have you ever felt that your happiness depends on someone else's actions or approval? Do you believe that if you try hard enough, you can control the outcomes of your relationships and emotions? This common misconception is known as the illusion of control. Understanding and dismantling this illusion is crucial for emotional freedom. Our ego often deceives us into thinking we can control external events and other people's reactions. This illusion makes us overly concerned about how others perceive us, leading to emotional attachment and dependency. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle highlights a core Stoic idea. While we can't control external events, we can control our reactions to them. When we cling to the illusion of control, we might start idolizing certain people, thinking our worth is tied to their approval. This mindset creates a distorted view of reality, where others seem to have something unattainable. However, when we shed these illusions, we realize that everyone is equally human and vulnerable. No one has a special ticket making them more worthy or superior to others. To break free from this illusion, start by acknowledging that control often lies beyond our influence. This realization can be both humbling and liberating. By focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts, reactions, and personal growth, we build self-confidence and resilience. For example, instead of seeking validation from others, practice self-affirmation. Regularly remind yourself of your unique strengths and qualities. Understand that your value doesn't depend on someone else's perception. This practice aligns with the teachings of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Rule 4. Practical distancing. Have you ever found yourself clinging to past experiences or relationships, unable to let go, and wondering what will happen if you do? It's common to hold on to something so tightly that it hurts, yet be afraid to release it. But what if letting go could lead to something even better? Let's explore how to apply distancing in practice with the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus wisely said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This principle is perfect for dealing with emotional attachments. Imagine holding onto a rope so tightly that your hands start to ache. You're afraid to let go because you're unsure of what will happen if you do. The truth is, letting go doesn't mean falling. Sometimes it means freeing your hands to reach for something even better. Think about how often you've been afraid to let go of what's familiar, fearing the unknown. This is similar to the fear of missing out, FOMO, often triggered by social media. When you see others' curated highlights, you might feel like you're missing out on life. But remember, social media showcases filtered snapshots designed to highlight perfect moments. Constantly comparing your life to these images traps you in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Not knowing every detail of someone else's life doesn't mean you're missing out on anything. It's about creating memorable moments that belong uniquely to you. Being attached to a false image of happiness can make letting go seem impossible. You see others living their best lives and worry that you're falling behind. But remember, the grass looks greener from afar. Up close, it has its own brown patches and imperfections. Find joy in your own journey. Distancing isn't about giving up on happiness. It's about defining happiness on your own terms. Rule 5. The path to happiness. Have you ever wondered why true happiness often feels elusive, tied to the whims of other people or external circumstances? What if the key to lasting happiness lies within you, independent of anyone else's influence? In this segment, we'll explore the Stoic path to happiness and how emotional freedom can lead to deeper and more lasting joy. Where does true value come from? This question, when answered, can steer us away from unnecessary attachments and towards a state of emotional freedom. As Epictetus wisely noted, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This profound thought encourages us to seek a sense of value and happiness within ourselves rather than in the external world. Understanding this concept is crucial when it comes to detaching from others. It's not about cutting ties with a cold or indifferent attitude. It's about recognizing that the deepest form of connection is the one you have with yourself. Emotional distancing isn't about rejecting happiness. It's about redefining it on your own terms. It means finding fulfillment and joy that aren't dependent on external validation. This sense of contentment comes from your character, your wisdom, and how you relate to others. When you focus on these inner qualities, you discover that true happiness is a state of being, not something to be pursued or attained from outside sources. How often do we mistakenly believe that our happiness hinges on someone else's presence in our lives, that our worth rises with their approval or falls with their rejection? This mindset ties us to the whims of others. Imagine a bird thinking it needs permission to fly. We limit our emotional skies. Instead, picture the sky always open, waiting for you to spread your wings on your own terms. This self-assurance frees us and teaches that our value doesn't depend on someone else's opinion or presence. Distancing isn't about pushing people away. It's about bringing yourself closer to your best self. It's like tending a garden. You don't beg for a flower to bloom. You nurture the soil, water the plants, and trust the natural process. By focusing on self-improvement, you cultivate a source of happiness that is independent, enduring, and deeply satisfying. How do you embark on this journey toward emotional freedom? It starts with understanding that you are whole, both with and without someone else's approval. Your path is about discovering the vast expanse of your own sky and learning to soar within it. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and personal growth. This doesn't mean closing your heart or ignoring love and connections. It means anchoring your emotional stability on the solid ground of your being. Remember, your self-worth isn't a puzzle missing someone else's piece. It's a masterpiece with room to add more beauty from the world around you. Rule 6. Live in the present. Do you often get caught up in what was or what might be? Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "Confine yourself to the present." This statement emphasizes the core of Stoic wisdom, the importance of focusing on the present moment. When you dwell on the past or worry about the future, you create unnecessary anxiety over events that haven't happened and may never occur. Both habits can prevent you from experiencing the richness of the present. Practicing mindfulness is an effective way to immerse yourself in the present moment. Mindfulness involves paying close attention to your current experience without judgment. This means fully engaging in whatever you're doing, whether it's eating, walking, or conversing. Notice the details, the taste of your food, the feel of the ground beneath your feet, the tone of your conversation partner's voice. By immersing yourself in these experiences, you strengthen your ability to let go of attachments to the past or future. Engaging in mental activities can significantly enhance your focus on the present. When you live mindfully, you become more aware of the present, allowing you to appreciate the beauty of now without the burden of what was or what might be. Meditation, for instance, trains your mind to focus on the present moment. Even simple breathing exercises can bring your attention back to the here and now. Try dedicating a few minutes each day to these practices. Over time, you'll find yourself less distracted by past regrets or future anxieties. Living in the present means appreciating what you have right now rather than focusing on what's missing. Shifting your attention from scarcity to abundance can change your perspective and make it easier to let go of attachments that hold you back. Reframing your thoughts is a powerful tool for achieving emotional freedom. It involves changing how you perceive and interpret situations, freeing you from mental traps. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius noted, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By changing your thoughts, you can alter your emotional state and overall outlook on life. Start by identifying negative thoughts that keep you trapped. These could be beliefs like, "I can't live without this person," "I'll never find someone else," or "my happiness depends on them." Such thoughts create a sense of dependency and helplessness. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward changing them. Next, challenge these thoughts by questioning their validity. Ask yourself, is this thought absolutely true? Or what evidence do I have to support this belief? Often, you'll find that these thoughts are not as grounded as they seem and are more influenced by your emotions than by reality. Once you've identified and challenged your negative thoughts, replace them with positive or neutral ones. Instead of thinking, "I can't live without this person," try, "I can find happiness and fulfillment on my own." Replace, "I'll never find someone else" with, "There are many opportunities for love and connection in my future." These new thoughts should reflect a more balanced perspective. Reframing your thoughts is not a one-time effort but an ongoing practice. By continually challenging and reshaping your negative beliefs, you gain greater control over your reactions. This shift in thinking fosters a sense of inner strength and freedom, empowering you to face life's challenges with resilience and confidence. Rule 7. Set healthy boundaries. Do you find it hard to say no or to set boundaries in your interactions with others? Establishing healthy boundaries is crucial for achieving emotional freedom. Boundaries protect your well-being and give you control over your emotional space. Healthy boundaries are about understanding your limits and communicating them effectively. They help you maintain your own emotional health while interacting with others. This doesn't mean building walls around yourself, but rather defining clear lines that protect your personal space and energy. To start, reflect on areas in your life where you feel overextended or taken advantage of. Are there relationships or situations where you consistently feel uncomfortable or stressed? Identifying these areas is the first step in setting boundaries. Next, learn to express your needs and limits calmly and clearly. It's okay to say no without feeling guilty. Communicate your boundaries in a way that is respectful but firm. For example, if you need time alone after a long day, explain this to your friends or family. Setting boundaries also involves respecting the boundaries of others. Understand that everyone has their own needs and limits, and honoring them is part of building healthy, balanced relationships. As you practice setting and maintaining boundaries, you'll notice a significant improvement in your emotional well-being. You'll feel more in control of your life and less burdened by others' expectations. This sense of autonomy and self-respect is a key component of emotional freedom. By integrating these practices into your life, you can cultivate a deeper sense of emotional resilience and independence. Whether through mindfulness, reframing your thoughts, or setting healthy boundaries, each step brings you closer to living a life defined by your own values and inner peace. Define what behavior is acceptable to you and what isn't. Communicate this clearly to others. Respecting your own boundaries helps you distinguish where you end and others begin. This practice prevents emotional entanglement. Express your needs for personal space or changes in interactions calmly but firmly. It's not about pushing people away, it's about protecting your mental and emotional health. Remember, setting boundaries is a form of self-respect. It shows others that you value yourself and your needs. Over time, consistently setting boundaries fosters relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. This is a proactive step toward emotional independence, ensuring that your peace of mind isn't dependent on others' actions or approval. By establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries, you create a safe emotional environment where you can thrive. This allows you to focus on your own growth and well-being, enhancing your self-esteem and overall quality of life. When was the last time you did something just for yourself? Self-care is crucial for achieving emotional freedom and building a stable, independent life. Seneca, a famous philosopher, emphasized the importance of personal well-being, saying, "A healthy mind and a healthy body." This highlights the need for balance in our lives. Self-care means prioritizing activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Physical exercise, for example, not only improves health but also boosts your mood by releasing endorphins. Meditation and mindfulness practices help focus your thoughts and reduce stress, promoting mental clarity and emotional stability. Engaging in hobbies and passions is also vital for self-care. Whether it's painting, reading, gardening, or playing a musical instrument, these activities bring joy and satisfaction, making you less reliant on others for happiness. Moreover, spending quality time with supportive and inspiring people strengthens your sense of community and connection. Self-care involves creating a balanced lifestyle that supports your well-being. Taking care of yourself builds a solid foundation, allowing you to face life's challenges with confidence. This approach helps you emotionally distance yourself from others not out of coldness, but from a place of inner strength and self-assurance. Rule 10. Practice gratitude. Have you ever noticed how focusing on what you lack only strengthens your attachment to what you don't have? Practicing gratitude can shift your perspective and help you gain emotional freedom. By actively acknowledging and appreciating the positives in your life, you cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Gratitude makes you recognize the value of what you already possess, which lessens the need for what you don't. Start a simple daily habit. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as a sunny day, a friend's support, or a delicious meal. This practice shifts your attention from what's missing to what's already present and fulfilling in your life. As the philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not." Remember, what you have now was once among the things you hoped for. This wisdom encourages us to cherish our current blessings instead of fixating on what we lack. Gratitude not only improves your emotional state, but also creates a buffer against the pain of attachments. When you cultivate gratitude, it becomes easier to let go of those attachments that cause you distress and hold you back in life. Rule 11. Embrace change. Have you ever thought about how everything in life is subject to change, including relationships and emotions? Recognizing impermanence is a crucial Stoic principle that helps us approach life with wisdom and calmness. The Stoics often reflected on the transient nature of all things, and this understanding can be a powerful tool for emotional freedom. When we realize that everything in life is temporary, we begin to appreciate each moment without clinging to it. This awareness helps us let go of attachments more easily and reduces our fear of loss. As Marcus Aurelius said, "All things in this world are fleeting, and each moment is a precious gift." Embracing this idea allows us to accept changes and losses with greater serenity. Incorporate the acceptance of change into your life, and you will find yourself becoming more adaptable and resilient. This mindset lets you enjoy the present without worrying about the future or regretting the past. Practicing mindfulness and meditation can strengthen your connection to what you have now. Remind yourself that everything in life is passing and that every experience, whether good or bad, has its own time. Accepting change frees you from fears and anxieties related to uncertainty. This understanding gives you inner strength and wisdom, enabling you to face life with confidence and tranquility. Your emotional resilience will grow significantly as you embrace change, leading to deeper and more enduring happiness. Life is full of changes and challenges. Use Stoic principles to find emotional freedom and inner peace. Remember, happiness is a state of mind that comes from within. Find strength in yourself, let go of attachments, and open your heart to new possibilities. Let each moment be filled with awareness and gratitude. Your emotional freedom is the key to a fulfilling and joyful life. Embrace the journey to new heights.